Last year, I mentioned that 2023 had been a departure from the news cycle being dominated by a single title, leading to a lot of indies and collaborations getting a much bigger spotlight. 2024, however, was mainly about a single collaboration, but that doesn't say it was the only thing happening. January started strong, especially for the Banako community, with the inclusion of LEGO Banako Quest for the Toa during Awesome Games Done Quick, and the release of the Rising Shadow Hidden Light expansion for Banako Quest for the Mass Recharge. LEGO Fortnite also received its first content update with the addition of launch pads. February saw the release of a VR port of LEGO Builder's Journey for the Apple Vision Pro, LEGO Fortnite getting hunting daggers as well as fishing, and the launch of the first LEGO Islands within Fortnite with LEGO Raft Survival and LEGO Obby Fun. Plus, we got to play LEGO Rock Raiders in the browser thanks to fan-made port Rock Raiders Web. In March, Epic Games unveiled monetization for LEGO Fortnite with the arrival of paid LEGO kits in the item shop. It was also announced that LEGO assets would be added to Unreal Editor for Fortnite, allowing anyone to create a LEGO island and make money off of it. This was marked with 3 additional islands launching: LEGO Prop Hunt, LEGO Battle Arena, and LEGO Cat Island Adventure. Beyond that, LEGO Duplo Peppa Pig was officially announced, and LEGO Fortnite received a major update for its vehicles. April was marked with Red Dragon's Tale, a collaboration between the LEGO Group and Dungeons & Dragons, which was celebrated with a live session. Also, Banako Massive Powers demo was delayed to late 2024, LEGO Fortnite got animal taming, and LEGO Raft Survival secretly added a Kraken boss fight. Comparatively, May was massive, starting with the launch of LEGO Fortnite Star Wars update, adding an entirely new island swarming with rebels and stormtroopers after a Star Destroyer crashed onto it. We also got to play LEGO Wingwalkers, LEGO Smoothie Odyssey, LEGO Duplo Peppa Pig, and LEGO Hillcom Adventures, the latter of which had its global launch after over a year in limited early access. That same month, Bionicle Canoeing Clash received a new playable character, and both LEGO Obby Fun and LEGO Prop Hunt received Space Team updates. June came with an unexpected announcement at Summer Game Fest: LEGO Horizon Adventures, a LEGO adaptation of Horizon Zero Dawn. LEGO Fortnite got a permanent game mode with new enemies. LEGO Tycoon Tilted Towers launched within Fortnite, LEGO Hillcom Adventures got the Desmond region, and it was announced that Forza Horizon 4 would be delisted alongside its LEGO Speed Champions expansion. In July, we got our first look at a new biome coming to Project Island's demo. Physical LEGO Fortnite sets were officially revealed, LEGO Battle Arena got a slippery ice map as well as new power-ups, and Humble Bundle launched their massive charity sale of LEGO games. As for August, right after the launch of Chaos Mod for LEGO Star Wars: The Complete Saga and the addition of Battle Bus Fast Travel in LEGO Fortnite, the Banako Direct premiered as part of the annual Bionicle Day event. We saw the release of Banako Gokko Force, as well as new footage for Bionic Recur Unit, Voya New Chronicles, and Banako Massive Power. It was also announced that Humble Bundle's charity sale had raised over $160,000 USD. September was all about a creature known as Columbo. Shortly after a 7-day 24/7 livestream where the creature was built out of LEGO bricks, the Lost House update launched for LEGO Fortnite, adding a new island featuring pirates, tomato heads, and Columbo. That same month, the Complete Saga's Chaos Mod got a new boss fight with Darth Jar Jar, as well as playable Jedi Bob and Jedi Vader. Now on to October, which was expectedly quite spooky. Several LEGO Islands launched within Fortnite, including Terrifying Showcase LEGO Demo Scary Space, LEGO Dreams Team PvP Arena, LEGO Chasers vs Hunters, totally wholesome cozy fishing game LEGO Monster Fishing, LEGO Dreams Team Obstacle Course LEGO Parkour Worlds, and straight up horror game LEGO Dark Space. We also saw the release of FNAF inspired custom map Into the Pizzaplex for LEGO Star Wars: The Complete Saga. Comparatively, the Banako community was hit with a lot of bad news, including both Banako Massive Powers demo and Banako Canoeing Clash updates being indefinitely delayed, as well as the passing of Banako Quest for Madanui creator Craning Creations. November was, of course, marked with the release of LEGO Horizon Adventures, but that wasn't the only thing happening. LEGO Dark Space and LEGO Parkour Worlds received updates, and we saw the launch of LEGO Toy Factory Tycoon. Plus, Project Island published their yearly update teasing jet skis, rideable ponies, and the Arctic biome. Finally, we've made it to December, the last month of the year, but definitely not the least interesting, starting with several mysterious PR kits being sent to various content creators in celebration of LEGO Fortnite's 20th anniversary. Shortly after, the game was renamed to LEGO Fortnite Odyssey and received the terrifying Storm Chasers update. We also saw the launch of LEGO Fortnite Brick Life, a social role-playing experience within Fortnite. Beyond those, LEGO Gift Guardians released, and we saw updates for LEGO Tycoon Tilted Towers, LEGO Parkour Worlds, and LEGO Toy Factory Tycoon. Overall, it's safe to say that this year was absolutely dominated by LEGO Fortnite, whether with its frequent content updates or smaller play experiences launched alongside it. Nonetheless, it's great to see that we still got a decent amount to play beyond that, both official and fan-made. But what about 2025? Well, as it turns out, we don't really know what's coming. Sure, LEGO Fortnite Brick Life and LEGO Fortnite Odyssey are likely to get more content updates, but that's all we know. What about new games? Well, in the last few months, we haven't gotten announcements for next year at any of the big events. LEGO 2K Goal has been missing in action despite being leaked years ago, several upcoming Banako games have been indefinitely delayed, and we still have no news from TD Games. Now, it might feel easy to lose hope, but personally, I'm hoping for a return to 2023, when we got so many surprises from companies we didn't expect to hear from, titles from developers both big and small, collaborations and limited time events and games you wouldn't have predicted, and of course, a ton of fan-made content. Obviously, I can't deny that, just like probably a lot of you, I'm also eagerly waiting for an announcement from one specific developer, but I'm willing to wait for as long as it takes so that we get the best game possible.